Dallas Animal Services and the SPCA of Texas are seeing a huge influx of puppies, unlike any surge many animal welfare workers have seen. Good evening, I'm Clarice Tinsley. Dallas Animal Services says there's an urgent need for people to foster the moms with their pups until they reach an adoptable age. Fox 4's Lori Brown is live in Dallas. Hi, Lori.
Hi, Clarice. Their big question is, why is Dallas Animal Services seeing such a huge influx in puppies? There are likely many factors, but the end of the Dallas spay-neuter surge program that was privately funded about 8 months ago is hard to ignore.
Look at these puppies. Oh, their eyes open at 10 days to 2 weeks. No teeth yet, so they're not quite 3 weeks of age.
Mary Martin, Assistant Director of Dallas Animal Services, showed us litter after litter after litter of puppies.
We have at least 7. They come in every day. I have been in animal welfare the last for 30 years, and I have actually in my career never seen this many litters in a shelter at one time, ever.
The SPCA of Texas shared images with us of a similar surge in both puppies and kittens. Spokeswoman Mara Davies said the SPCA of Texas is bursting at the seams with animals, including an influx of puppies, kittens, unlike anything we've seen in the past 15 years. The reasons are complex, Davies said, with a nationwide shortage of veterinarians for much-needed spay-neuter surgeries, as well as a funding shortage for spay-neuter surgeries. The number of animals born without homes has alarmingly increased. Martin says the need to make spay-neuter surgeries not only affordable, but accessible is great.
When we're talking about spay-neuter and we were talking about accessibility, I want to make clear that free is sometimes not cheap enough for people in some communities. If you are living paycheck to paycheck and you have to take a day off from work and you're not given paid time off, that's a cost to you. If you don't have reliable transportation.
With an average litter size of about 9 to 11 puppies, the numbers quickly add up. While the puppies will be adopted quickly, they can't be put up for adoption until they are weaned, a minimum of 8 weeks. That timeline means the puppy influx is increasing the need to euthanize adoptable dogs.
Heartbreaking for everyone in this organization, but we are having to make decisions for space because of capacity. We are, I think, at about 137% of capacity, meaning we have 37% more animals in the shelter than we should.
Martin says in addition to knowing you are helping save lives, fostering a mom and her pups is rewarding.
When the puppies are super young, mom does most of the work. So all you really have to do is have food and water down for the mom and take her out to use the bathroom outside. But she will take care of cleaning and feeding the puppies herself till they're at least 3.5 weeks old.
Martin is fostering a litter herself and using it as an educational opportunity.
In my particular case, the neighborhood swim team comes over and helps with the puppies, helps to socialize them. Socialized puppies are healthy puppies.
Dallas Animal Services will provide all of the food and supplies needed to foster a litter, and fosters who want to adopt also have that first pick of the litter since those puppies do get adopted pretty quickly. The SPCA says it is also seeing a disturbing trend of more and more apartments not allowing large dogs, which is compounding the problems. Back to you.
Lori, hopefully people who've seen your story are moved by that and they are in a position to help. They're adorable. Lori Brown live. Thank you.